I took Jam the lad to Wayne's house. You all know Wayne, my father. My father were quite the fucking, quite the colourful past my father has. But now he's an old nice man, right? He's an old nice man. And whatever I've ever said about my dad gets fucking back to him. I don't know how, because I don't think he can even work a fucking normal phone, but he fucking finds out what I've said about him. So, he's an old, nice, lovely man, my dad. Old, fat, nice, lovely man. He had quite the colourful past, my father did. And, yeah, so, basically, I took Josh to meet my dad, and Josh's sort of mindset on my dad is sort of like how probably all of yous are, in the sense that it's like, we hear all these stories, but it's probably exaggerated. It's probably, do you know what I mean? That's what Josh told me after he met him. He told me, yeah, I used to think this. Anyway, we'll get to that. So Josh told me, yeah, to be honest, before I met your dad, I always thought it was probably at least a little bit exaggerated, all the stories, right? Anyway, so that's how I imagine a lot of you lot are, right? Anyway, I take Josh to see my dad. Josh has spoke to my dad on like the phone like twice before, but never met him. I take Josh to see my dad, and we get there. My mum's there. She's pissed up, right? So basically, my mum was. This is when Josh was at mine, like a couple of months ago. Now he was here, staying here for like a weekend or so. And my mum had ran me up, and she was like, "Oh, I'm getting pissed. And she was getting pissed from my cousin, and she was like, come down, come see us." I'm like, no, because she was already pissed at like 5 p.m. Anyway, we had been out the night before, and we had a night out planned the night after, and we didn't really want to go out drinking. It was like a Saturday night. We had been out the Friday, and we were going out on Sunday. So we thought, fucking hell, what are we going to do? And like, we went out in Leeds, I think, just to get something to eat. And I turned around, so I went, "Do you want to just go to Manchester?" And he looked very apprehensive, Josh. You might come in the stream while I'm fucking talking. But he looked very apprehensive about it. He was like, I mean, yeah, if you want. Do you know what I mean? One of those answers, like, yeah, if you want. Anyway, we went to Manchester. I'll skip all the boring parts now. We went to Manchester. We got a train there. We just hopped on a train, got to Manchester, got a taxi from the train station to Wayne's. Knocked on Wayne's door. And Wayne, you hear the dogs barking, right? It's two fucking massive pit bulls with mouths that big, just like you can see them through the fucking door, just go. And then he opens the door, they run out, but they're nice, do you know what I mean? And my dad's just sort of there, and he's eating a sandwich. He's like, "Oh yeah," he looks fucked. This is like half 11 at night at this point. And I'm like, "You alright, Dad? This is Josh." He's like, "Hi, Josh. Nice to meet you, Josh." Eat a sandwich, shakes Josh's hand. And I think Josh was a bit nervous. Not too evidently, actually. I was quite surprised. I thought Josh would be shitting himself a bit more than he actually was. So, like, he was fine, do you know what I mean? We went in, and I went out to the garden. My mum's pissed up there with my cousin, right? My mum never sees my dad, right? Never sees my dad. Maybe once a year. Maybe like once a year, she'll have a drink with him. And usually when I'm there, do you know what I mean? Usually it's like me and her have been drinking maybe in Manchester. We go, and she goes, should we go to fucking Wayne's? I'm like, go on then, right? But this time, she had gone to my dad's. And so my dad had ran me up previously and been like, your mum's here, she's fucking pissed up. Can you come get her? Sort of thing. But like joking, I went, right. That's why we went down. So I go out, I'm like, you alright, Shell? And she was fucking off her tits. It was actually infuriating. Like, she was like, she couldn't even stand up or anything. And my mum, when she's drunk, I hate it. When she's actually properly pissed. And you lot have never seen it on these streams. Honestly, she turns into a different person. Like, she's just a bit nasty, swears at people and that. Not nasty, but she can be a bit nasty. She's just, I don't really tolerate it, me now. I just sort of like leave whenever she's like that, right? But in this situation, I'm like, oh no, I've just got here, I've just came from Leeds, right? So I couldn't leave. I went, she's like, hiya, Brad, you bastard. Like that, right? This is what she's like when she's really, really pissed. I'm like, alright, Shell. She's like, yeah, come here, pal, give me a hug. She's called me a bastard. I'm like, okay. Right? Meanwhile, I'm thinking, where the fuck's Josh? I'm out in the garden, right? And I'm looking through the kitchen window, and Josh is just in in the kitchen, sort of looking at me, and I'm like, "Eh, you all right?" So I went back in. And my dad's offering Josh a space cake, right? So like a weed cake. And this is how Josh explains it to me. So Josh comes out and he goes, "Your dad's just tried to offer me cake." I go, "All right, okay." He goes, "No, but he's tried to offer me a space cake." And Josh explains it as where he went, "Hey, Josh, come in here. Go in the kitchen with me." I like screaming at him, "Come in here." So Josh goes in with him. He goes, "I got this fucking space cake, Josh. It's fucking nutty. It's nutty as fuck." Like that with his hands, right? And the way Josh explained it, you can't tell it again and it'd be funny, do you know what I mean? But the way Josh explained it, I was fucking crying. I was crying, laughing. He's like, "Have a bit of the space cake." And Josh kept continuously saying, "No way, I don't want any space cake, thank you, mate." Right? Where he's like, "Shut up, have a fucking slice of space cake, Josh. Go on, have a space cake." Right, so it gets to a point where Josh is trying to genuinely escape from my dad's kitchen, and my dad's trying to force feed him space cake. Anyway, we're all sat outside then, and it's there's a bit of an atmosphere, to be honest, because my mum were pissing me off. My mum were just she was fucked. She were fucked, and she were really pissing me off. And it's been a long time since she's been that. But I think before that night, I've not seen her that pissed in 2 years. Do you know what I mean? So and the last time she was that pissed, me and Connor had a big, an actual physical fight the night she was pissed. I told that story last stream, right? So I'm fucking pissed off. It's a bit of an atmosphere. Anyway, all of a sudden, over the back gates, a hand comes over. And I turn round, and I had a drink at this point, so I'm big defensive man, thinking I'm hard. So I'm like, "Who the fuck's that?" So I turn round, and then this hand comes over, and then this fucking bag comes over, this just shitty little bag, right? Just comes over the back gate. Listen to this. And Wayne flies up off his seat and goes, "What the fuck's that? What the fuck's that?" He's 5'6", man. Genuinely, it's not a joke. He's 5'6". So it's like this little hobbit man going, "What the fuck's that?" running through walls like that, right, left and right, running. And he picks up this bag and it's full of stolen medicines. It's full of fucking. Basically, this smackheads came round trying to get some fucking money, I guess, off my dad in exchange for this stolen fucking medicine and shit, and razors and stuff like this, right? And so there's this crackhead at the back going, Wayne, how much we give me for that?" And Wayne's like, And then he gets Josh over. He goes, "Josh, how much is this worth? You've got a beard. How much is this?" And Josh is like, "I don't know, probably a couple of quid. It's just razors." And he's like, "It's worth fuck all then. Fuck off. Well, let's start selling this smackhead to fuck off, right?" Last we hear of that, we're all outside for another 20 minutes. Wayne's neighbour comes out of his fucking window and goes, "Wayne, there's someone banging on your door." Right, I swear to God, me and Josh laughed about it for a long time. This man, this 5'6", 63-year-old man, gets out of his garden chair, and I've never seen, obviously I fucking have, it's an exaggeration, but it felt like at the time, I have never seen a human being run this fast in my life. The man sprints up and sprints towards this fucking front door. He's got an open plan living dining room, right? Sprints in, right? Sprints to his front door. Goes, "What the fuck?" So obviously me and Josh get up as well. Me and Josh go see what's going on. And it was just this smacker, and this smacker came in just trying to sell more shit. He must have gone to another shop, stole more shit, came back. "Come on, wait, this is worth a tenner, innit? This is worth a tenner." My mum sat on the couch, right, near the door. Near the front door. This smackhead is stood. Bear in mind, my mum's fucking bladdered. She's a knobhead when she's pissed. And this smackhead's stood near this couch talking to my dad. But as my dad's talking to him, the smackhead lad, look, and this guy, I'm saying smackhead, he looked about 50. He looked about my mum's age, the fella. So even though he was fucked, he wasn't like a young smackhead like in trackies. He was like my mum's age, but just fucked off his head. And he's looking at my mum, and his hands sort of go sort of near my mum, like he puts his hands on the couch, but he was like daydreaming or something, this fucking junkie, and his hands start going near my mum. And I didn't clock it at first, and then my mum were like looking at me like that, as if to give me like the looks to say, sort this out. So his hands are got, and I see it, and I like push past everyone. I'm like, what the? I'm like that, because the thing is, like I say, I'm a YouTuber, right? I'm a YouTuber, not an hard man. I am an hard man. I'm not an hard man. No, I'm not. I like to think I am, right? Like I say, I'd had a drink, so I really like to think I am when I've had a drink. But the thing is, when it's my mum, I will fucking genuinely, do you know what I mean? So someone would have to literally kill me before they did something to my mum, right? So that's always my attitude. Doesn't matter how big someone is. So and this fella was smaller than me as well. So I'm there with my fucking fist drawn like that. I'm like, what the fuck are you putting your hands near her for, bro? He's like, what? Fucking. And my mum's like, yeah, tell him, Brad. Yeah. I'm like, fucking put your hands near my fucking mother again, right? And I'm fucking in this lad's face. I swear to God, he gets to something. I'm in this fucking man's face. I'm like, you fucking old cunt. I'll fucking lay you out right now. Swear to God, I'm proper like about to fucking swing for this lad. My mum gets up and goes, oh, it's fucking Davey, innit? He goes, yeah, Shelley. And they start hugging. She's known him since school. She was telling me to batter him, essentially. And then I'm still arguing with him, and she just comes up in front of me and gives him a hug. I'm about to start scrapping with this old junkie, and Shell's fucking giving him a fucking hug. I'm like, what? The fuck's going on? So Shell's there giving this smackhead a cuddle, right? Prior to this, 30 seconds earlier, Shelley's giving me the look because the smackhead's hands are getting too close. Now they're fucking hugging. So I'm like, right, fuck this. So I fucking, yeah, we just fucked. So after that, I like sent my mum home in an Uber. And then me and Josh just sat with Wayne for a bit. Wayne, like after a while, Wayne, so I was still a bit like weird about this smackhead, even though my mum knew him, because my mum was so paralytic drunk. So I was still giving him looks, and my dad had clocked me giving him looks, so my dad had just got this fucking smackhead. Like I say, Wayne's an old man, right? But he's old small man, he got this fucking smackhead, just boom, threw him out. And yeah, then Shell left, and me and Josh just sat with Wayne, and I posted some Instagram stories of it as well, and you know, we're just having a conversation, and like we were planning on going home. And Wayne were like, if I hadn't had all this gear, I'd drive you back to Leeds. It's all right, Wayne, as he's sniffing it, wiping away some fucking stocks. You know what I mean? We're like, yeah, it's all right, Wayne. We're fine, mate. We're fine. So we're sat there. He's like, stay here if you want. He turns around to me and Josh. He goes, get in the bed with me if you want, boys. It's all right. You can stay here. Get in the bed with me. And Josh was like, what? So we're like, no, it's all right, Wayne. We're not going to get in bed with you, pal. It's fine. Oh, well, whatever. And then fucking Josh and my dad are having a conversation, whatever. I'm like stroking the dog, and they're talking, and I think Josh said something on the line of, Wayne, you look well for your age, to be fair. And my dad turned around and was like, what do you mean I look well for my age? Like that, like aggressive. Josh went, no, and they started stuttering, no, I just mean you look. Wayne went, you saying I look old? And then Josh said something else, and then Wayne went, how old do you think I look? Wayne is 63 and looks it, right? Josh went, probably about early 50s, trying to be nice, and he's being very nice. Bear in mind, tells my dad he looks 10 years younger than he does. Wayne goes, early fucking 50s. I'll fucking get up and knock you fucking out. Early 50s, you fucking starts threatening to knock Josh out. Joking, obviously. I wouldn't allow, you know, anyone to speak to my pals like that. Do you know what I mean? If they're family or not. So he was joking, obviously. But it was funny. We left then, and Josh was like, yeah, I fucking love him. Like, really, 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 really fucking love him. Like, he's fucking class. And then Josh was also like, I tell you what, because obviously Josh had been in the house and we spoke about different things and stuff. And Josh was like, this is when Josh was like, I tell you what, I always thought the stories were at least like maybe exaggerated for the streams or for the YouTube and that. Like when you've told it before, like even when you've told things to me, I always thought maybe it had a pinch of exaggeration. But he was just like, but now I understand. Like, he's fucking mental. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, he is. He is. But yeah, that was the story.